Dear students, welcome back to the online sessions on AEC. So having it done with the basics of class A power amplifier, and we discussed the basic operation of class B as well in the previous session. So having it discussed with the class A power amplifier operation, so we are ready to go with we're ready to go discussing with the class A power amplifier with transformer coupling. So what is the reason of going for transformer coupling? The primary reason for to go for transformer coupling is to improve the efficiency and also to achieve the impedance matching. These two are the primary reasons why we go for transformer coupled class A type of the power amplifier. Okay, so let us look into once again the waveforms, output waveforms that we will be getting in the case of the class A type of the power amplifier, so that we can extend the operation for the class A power amplifier with transformer coupling. Okay. So what we have seen, what we have seen is that when we give the input signal, which is AC in nature, we'll be getting the AC signal as the output. So across the output terminals, we'll be getting AC signal like this. Across the output terminals, we'll be getting the current something like this. Now, both of them are going to be inverted in nature. That means what? When we get a negative volt, the maximum peak of the voltage, if it is negative, for current, it will be positive. See, if there is minimum current, that means if the negative peak of the current will be simply going to the positive peak of the voltage, because current and voltage will be always 90 degrees apart. Therefore, we're going to have this kind of a output curves. Right, this is nothing but the current curve we have got, and this is nothing but voltage curve that we have got. So the operation is exactly same as the class A, CE amplifier operation. Class A amplifier is exactly same as the CE amplifier operation. The only thing is that the class A power amplifier is going to operate with a large voltages, considered to be from 1 volt to 5 volts as the input, in comparison to the 1 millivolt to 5 millivolt to the CE amplifier circuit. So therefore, class A power amplifier is going to amplify large signals. That is only the difference. Apart from that, everything is going to be same, because the firing angle for class A is going to be 360 degrees. The firing angle for CE amplifier is also 360 degrees. Whereas class A power amplifier can be called as large signal amplifier, and CE amplifier can be called as a small signal amplifier circuit. Okay, so we discussed about this class A power amplifier, where we got this as a graph. Okay, now to what level we can extend this? See, this is the 0 point. So this minus value, this VCE minimum, can simply extend up to 0, and this VCE max can extend up to the maximum value called VCC. Okay, so that means similarly we can stretch this to maximum current IC sat, and I can stretch this negative value, minus value of current, to be equal to 0. That means IC minimum will be stretched towards 0, and VC minimum will be stretched towards 0 when you want to increase the efficiency. That means we should provide some mechanism using which we normally going to get the maximum voltage swing and maximum current swing at the output of the amplifier circuit. So in order to achieve this, we normally going to connect a transformer at the output of the class A power amplifier circuit. Let us see how we normally going to do that now. Now let us look into the circuit diagram of a class A power amplifier with transformer coupling. In the previous class, we have discussed the operation of the similar kind of a circuit. Only thing is, instead of a transformer, we are going to have a load resistance RC, or a collector resistance RC we have, right? So to this load, we have connected the to the R6 resistance, we have connected the loudspeaker circuit. Okay, that is what the circuit diagram we have seen in the previous class. Now same circuit diagram I am going to use. That means if you forget about this transformer, if you replace this transformer with RC, the circuit is similar to the CE amplifier circuit, no difference. The difference lies only in the transistor. The transistor here we use is going to be the power transistor instead of a ordinary transistor. That is only the difference that we can have here for the transistor, right? Let us look into the transformer coupled. What is transformer coupled? Instead of the collector resistance RC, we're going to have a transformer connected. That means the primary of the transformer is connected to the output terminals instead of RC. Earlier we got RC here. Okay. Now we got transformer in that. Primary of the transformer is connected to the RC node. Then secondary of the transformer is connected to the load resistance RL. This load could be taken as the loudspeaker. So that means the output of transformer, we connect it to the loudspeaker. That means the input resistance of loudspeaker is going to be very less. And the secondary of the transformer resistance is also going to be very less. Thereby we achieve the impedance matching. And the primary resistance, the primary winding resistance of a transformer is going to be more. Why? Because the windings, the number of turns in the primary is going to be more than the number of turns in the secondary. So as the number of turns increases, obviously the turns internal resistance, effective internal resistance is also going to be more. If you make the internal turns resistance would be approximately equal to the output resistance of the transistor, then impedance matching is achieved here also at the primary side. And impedance matching is achieved definitely when you step down, when you use a step down transformer with a less number of turns at the secondary. Impedance matching is achieved with the load resistance as well. So thereby the transformer is normally used to provide impedance matching. If impedance matching is achieved, maximum power can be transferred to the load. That means maximum power means what? The waveform what we got earlier. Just now we have seen the output waveform. The VCE max will go to the maximum value on the collector side, which will be approximated to VCC, and VCE minimum would be simply stretched to towards 0, so that I can write VCE minimum equal to 0. That means we can achieve the maximum efficiency, we can achieve the maximum output voltage value because of the transformer, right? So we need to get a maximum voltage at the output. That is what our primary goal. So therefore we are simply replacing the collector resistance by a transformer. Due to this, we call this as a transformer coupled class A power amplifier circuit. Now, what is the basic property of class A power amplifier? Class A power amplifier is normally going to produce 180 degrees phase shifted output with respect to the input signal phase shift. That is what one of the greatest property of the CE amplifier, and same property holds good for the class A power amplifier because both of them are same. So class A power amplifier is approximated to the CE amplifier. Only difference lies in the transistor that you're going to use for CE amplifier and also the power amplifier circuits. That is only the difference. Apart from that, both the circuits are going to be same. That means the CE amplifier is normally going to process the complete 0 to 360 degrees of the input signal. That means the collector current is normally going to flow. The collector current of the transistor is normally going to flow for the entire 360 degrees of the input signal. In the case of the class A type of the power amplifier, right? So this is also class A power amplifier. Therefore, here also the output collector current is normally going to flow for the entire 360 degrees of the input signal. Therefore, it comes under the class A type of the power amplifiers, right? Now this is going to be the basic circuit diagram. We can just simply take off where R1, R2 known as the biasing resistors, RE can be called as a stabilization resistor, CE can be called as a bypass capacitor, and CN is going to be the coupling capacitor. Okay, so these are the basic things that we can have. The only drawback with the transformer coupled is what are the advantages of transformer coupled? Why we are going for transformer coupled? We can achieve impedance matching. Very good impedance matching can be achieved. Output efficiency of the circuit can be increased. gain of the circuit is also going to get increased. So these are the advantages. What are the disadvantages? Because of transformer, the circuit becomes bulkier. The weight of the circuit is going to increase, so the circuit becomes bulky. And frequency response of the transformer coupled amplifier is going to be poor than the frequency response of a RC coupled amplifier. So it is going to have poor frequency response. The circuit becomes bulkier. And next thing is it is costly in comparison to the basic class A type of the power amplifier circuit. But what is most important is the efficiency. The efficiency is going to get increased because of the transformer coupling at the output of the transistor amplifier. Okay, let us try to see the working now. Okay, now working, we just understand with respect to the transformer turns ratio, right? Now, what is the principle of operation of a transformer? Transformer is an AC device. Input is AC, output is also going to be AC, right? So that means here, if you use a step down transformer, N1 would be definitely greater than N2 for a step down type of the transformer. Okay. Now, in order to find out the output voltage or relation between input and output voltage in terms of turns ratio, we should find out the effective resistance at the input terminals of a transformer, right? That means you have to simply consider the part of RL on the primary side. Okay, so that is what we have to simply consider here to get the relationship. Now, if you imagine that this is the primary of the transformer, that is where the current flowing through that primary is going to be I1, current flowing through secondary is going to be I2. Primary turns is N1, secondary turns is N2. Then the effective load resistance on the primary is nothing but RL dash, where RL is going to be the load resistance. That means load resistance RL, which is there on secondary. If it is considered on primary, I can call it as simply RL dash. Now we'll try to find out the expression for this effective load resistance on the primary side. We know the basic turns ratio equation of a transformer as if V1 is the primary turns voltage, V2 is the secondary terminal voltages, then I can write V1 by V2 is equal to simply N1 by N2, because V1 is the voltage across the primary turns N1, V2 is the voltage across the primary turns N2. It is directly proportional, and I1 and I2 is going to have inversely proportional. I1 by I2 becomes equal to N1 by N2. So these are the basic equations for a transformer that we have written. So using this equation, I can write V1 is equal to V2 into N1 by N2, and I1 becomes equal to I2 into N1 by N2. Now what I can write as V1 by I1. So I can write this as V1 by I1, I can write as equal to N1 by N2 whole by N1 by N2. So where I can write this as N1 by N2 whole square into V2 by I2. Now what is voltage by current? It is resistance. If it is on the primary side, I can write this as RL dash. If it is on secondary side, I can write this as RL, which are considered to be as the effective input resistance. RL dash is the effective input resistance, and RL is the effective output resistance. Now I can write this voltage by current as resistance, as V1 as suffix 1 is for primary. V1 and I1 are the primary voltage and currents. I can get the primary resistance, that is RL dash is equal to N1 by N2 whole square into RL. So what is N1 by N2? It is nothing but the ratio of primary to secondary turns ratio, which is nothing but equal to N for us. Therefore, I can write RL dash is equal to N square into RL. Okay. Circuit operation is same as class A power amplifier. That means the circuit is going to amplify the 0 to 360 degrees. That means the complete input cycle is normally going to get amplified by the amplifier circuit. Okay. Now, because of maximum power transfer, due to impedance matching, we get a maximum voltage swings at the output of the class A transformer coupled amplifier circuit. Let us go with the mathematical analysis. What is the input power given to the circuit? It is going to be P in DC is equal to VCC into IC Q, which is nothing but the DC power applied to the transistor. Then what about the output power? Output power is equal to VRMS into IRMS. Therefore, output power is nothing but AC power. Since it is AC power, I am going to write VRMS. So VRMS is equal to VM by root 2. What is VM? It is going to be, just now in the previous session, we discussed about this maximum value minus minimum voltage value by 2 is the VM value. Similarly, IRMS is nothing but IM by root 2. IM is equal to Imax minus Imin by 2. Now, in the case of class A power amplifier, VCE minimum, IC minimum are equal to zeros. They are equated to zeros because we will be getting the maximum swing in the case of the class A transformer coupled amplifier. So therefore, these two are simply made equal to zeros. So I can write this as VCE max now by just considering VCE and IC minimum, VCE minimum, IC minimum to be equal to 0, we'll be getting VRMS is equal to VCC by root 2 and IRMS is equal to ICQ by root 2. By substituting them, we'll be getting VCC into the output power equation. We'll be getting VRMS into IRMS. It's something like finally we'll be getting VCC into ICQ by 2. And next, by substituting this in the expression for the efficiency, we'll be getting this as equal to 1 by 2, which is equal to 50%. And the maximum efficiency of class A power amplifier would be from 25 to 30% only. Therefore, any value of efficiency which will be around less than 50% is not considered to be a good value or a reasonably practical value for an amplifier to consider. Therefore, the value of efficiency, if it is going to be less than 50%, it is known as poor efficiency. Therefore, class A power amplifier efficiency is going to be poor. And here in the case of the class A power amplifier with transformer coupling, the efficiency has been improved from 25% or around 30% to 50%. Therefore, it is going to have good efficiency. Anything which is reaching to 50% is considered to be a good efficient circuit for us. Therefore, in comparison to class A power amplifier without transformer coupling is better by considering a transformer coupling. That is what the thing we can have. Therefore, what are the advantages of this? Just now we discussed. The gain is going to be high. Then what is this? Efficiency is going to be better, and impedance matching is achieved because of transformer coupling. DC isolation is provided because of transformer. Okay. The output DC is not connected. The collector DC voltage or current is not connected to the load resistance. These are the things which we're going to have, and obviously there are no losses of signal power in the base or collector resistors. Because of transformer, losses is going to be less. What are the disadvantages? The disadvantages are going to be transformers are bulky and costly. Weight is increased, cost is also going to get increased. The next is it is going to provide us a poor frequency response. And low frequency signals are less amplified comparatively. So obviously the purpose of the power amplifier is to amplify the large signals. So low frequency signals, of course, something matters for us. So low frequency signals are all less amplified comparatively in comparison to the simple class A power amplifier circuit. Now, where we normally prefer these amplifiers. So the applications are going to be what now? Wherever we wanted to have an impedance matching, there we normally going to prefer this type of amplifiers with transformer coupling. Now these are used as driver amplifiers and sometimes as the output amplifiers. So that means impedance matching is preferred for driver amplifiers. So therefore we use these amplifiers wherever we wanted to use them as driver amplifiers to the circuits we connect following to this amplifier circuits. That means if you wanted to improve the signal voltages, signal levels, we use a driver amplifiers which will drive the signal. That means maximum power has to be transferred. That is one of the property of a driver amplifier. So that can be fulfilled by employing the transformer coupled type of the class A power amplifier circuit. So that means using the class A power amplifier with transformer coupling, the efficiency has been increased to 50%. This is the immediate difference we can observe in comparison to the ordinary class A power amplifier circuit. Now we move on to the class B power amplifier. As we discussed, class B power amplifiers firing angle is 180 degrees. That means the collector current of the power amplifier is normally going to flow only for 0 to 180 degrees of the input signal. That means the firing angle of the class B power amplifier is only 180 degrees. That means that is what the basic thing which we're going to have. That is the basic operation of the amplifier. That means the biasing of the transistor in class B is normally adjusted in such a way that a zero signal condition will be achieved where no current is normally going to get transmitted after 0 when the signal is making excursions. That means here only half of the input signal is transmitted. Only that means if you use a single class B power amplifier, it allows only half of the input signal. Okay, so that is what the basic difference which we can have it here. Okay. Now here also we're going to use CE amplifier. That is why see the maximum current is going to provide us the minimum voltage. See, minimum current is going to provide us the minimum current is providing us the maximum voltage. That means what? Same CE amplifier is normally preferred in the case of the class B type of the power amplifier as well. Now, in order to transmit the complete full cycle of the input signal, we are going to use the push-pull configuration. Push-pull means what? We have to use 2 transistor circuits. Both of them going to be as CE amplifiers. Now I'm using 2 NPN transistors, both of them CE amplifiers, where we connect both the emitters are connected to each other, and this is simply connected to the circuit diagram. Now the circuit arrangement is made such that transistor T1 will be in the on condition when the input is in the positive side, and transistor T2 will be simply connected when the input is going to take the negative cycle. That means positive portion of the input signal is being transmitted by T1, negative portion of the input is being transmitted by T2, such that the complete input cycle is transmitted by both the transistors, so that we get overall output at the loudspeaker side. Okay. Now here, how do we achieve? Same concept that we normally got it in the case of the rectifier circuits. In the rectifiers, we use the center tap connection. Here also we are going to use the center tap connection. Thereby, the center tap connection is going to divide the given input voltage by 2 equal halves with opposite, polarities. That means if a positive peak is applied to the input of the transformer, this positive peak is applied as positive peak to the T1 and negative peak to the T2 because of the transformer inversion. Because of the center tap transformer inversion connection. Therefore, T1 turns into on, T2 turns into off condition. If T1 turns on into on condition, it's simply going to transmit the entire part of the signal. Now, reverse is going to be there when the input is taking negative half cycle for the negative half cycle of the input signal. So, T1 will be in the off condition, T2 will be in the on condition because it will be inverted. Negative signal is applied here, positive signal is applied here, T1 will be turning into on condition. So thereby the 2 transistors will be operating alternatively in the respective half cycles of the input signal. Now here care has to be taken that when T1 is on, T2 has to be in the off condition. When T2 is on, T1 has to be in the off condition. So once we take this condition, then the circuit is normally going to operate properly. Okay. So this is what the basic operation of the circuit under consideration. Say for example, when T1 is in the on condition, this will be positive polarity. Positive means what? Wherever you have this dot, bigger dot, it is a positive polarity. Other one is ground is negative polarity. So current flows from positive polarity to the negative polarity. So that means what the conventional current is normally going to flow like this. Positive to negative polarity it is going to take. Non-conventional current is simply reverse of this. Okay. So that is a non-conventional current that is normally going to flow through the circuit diagram. Similarly, here also same thing is normally going to happen. The current is normally going to flow. That means if the current is coming like this, it is simply flowing like this. Okay. That means emitter current is coming like this and it is simply flowing like this to the ground like this. So that means it is, if you consider a two-port network, we can have this kind of a current direction. If you go with the conventional current flow, we'll be starting with from the base. It is up to us to consider the current directions. But the thing is that when Q1 is on, when T1 is on, T2 should be in the off condition. When T2 is on, T1 should be in the off condition. Thereby, the complete input cycle is normally going to get transmitted to the output terminals. Right, because of transformer action, the input AC is coupled to the secondary of the transformer. Thereby, we normally going to get the output at the load. Okay, so it means it is exactly same as the transformer coupling that under consideration. Okay, see here, this is collector. Collector has to be connected to the positive of the battery. It is connected to the positive of the battery. Here also collector is connected to the positive of the battery by the means of the center tapped connection. Okay, so this VCC is for biasing Q1, biasing T1 and T2 transistors. Right. So this is what the basic operation of the push-pull type of the class B power amplifier circuit. So we can as well explain the operation by using the current directions, base current versus the collector current. Okay. See here, this is transistor A, transistor B, that is T1 transistor, T2 transistor. So in these cases, what is that we normally going to have here for half cycle, one transistor conducts, another half cycle, the transistor B is going to conduct. That means this portion is being shown for B conducts. This is for A conduction portion. So like this we can show. Now, this is what the basic operation of the class B push-pull power amplifier circuit. Okay. Now, what is the advantage of push-pull? Once again, the efficiency. Push-pull power amplifier is going to provide us more efficiency than the transformer coupled class A type of the power amplifier circuit. Now, we'll see in the next session about the analysis of the class B push-pull power amplifier, where we get a more efficiency than the transformer coupled class A power amplifier circuit. Thank you very much for today's session.